This is Spanish 1, Family and Community Exam Prep 21 through 24. I'm going to read each of these sentences in English and then Spanish and then clap. And after I clap, I'd like you guys to repeat the Spanish sentence with me, okay? Here we go. 21. Ask your friend, what is there in your neighborhood? ¿Qué hay en tu barrio? ¿Qué hay en tu barrio? Number 22. In my neighborhood, there are many houses and there is a pool. En mi barrio hay muchas casas y hay una piscina. En mi barrio hay muchas casas y hay una piscina. 23. Ask your friend, where do your grandparents live? ¿Dónde viven tus abuelos? ¿Dónde viven tus abuelos? And finally, 24. My grandparents live in Florida. Mis abuelos viven en la Florida. Mis abuelos viven en la Florida. All right, 21. Ask your friend, what is there in your neighborhood? Now, ¿qué hay en tu barrio? Again, B-A-R in English spells bar, like a place where people go to drink, and rio in Spanish means river. So listen and repeat. There's a bar and a river in my neighborhood. There's a bar and a river in my neighborhood. Now again, we've talked about Bart Simpson on The Simpsons says, ay caramba, which can be translated, there is a problem or there is a crisis. So I means there is or there are. Here's another way to remember it. I grew up in the country surrounded by farm fields and hay. So here's the way it looks like hay. Listen and repeat. There is hay in the barn. There are bales of hay in the barn. There is hay in the barn. There are bales of hay in the barn. And notice we don't say que hay, we say I. What is the only letter in Spanish that's silent? H. That's the only silent letter. All right. And again, why does que have an accent? Because all question words have accents. Anytime you write the question words, who, what, when, where, why, how, there's an accent mark. In my neighborhood, there are many houses and there's a pool. Again, I can mean there is a pool. It can also mean there are. There are many houses. So I means there is and there are. Now, piscina, swimming pool. That's a word that almost nobody misses. I'm not going to explain how I remember it. Now, everybody remembers, but listen and repeat. Piscina. Go. Piscina. Piscina's pool. Pool is piscina. Pool or swimming pool. All right. Now, where do your grandparents live? Notice, in English we say, where do your grandparents live? In Spanish we say, where live your grandparents? This upside down question mark can be translated do or does. In English we say, does she speak Spanish? In Spanish we say, speaks she Spanish? In English we ask, do they travel? In Spanish we ask, travel they? So don't worry about the word for do or does. This upside down question mark translates do or does. And remember earlier I talked about the 3 questions to help you remember the word order for questions. Eat you tacos, drink you cola, kiss you on first date. So anytime you're asking a question, the action goes in front of the subjects. So live your grandparents, question, my grandparents live, answer. Eat you, question, I eat, answer. And how are we going to remember that abuelos are grandparents? We'll say, I'm going away to see my abuelos. Go. I'm going away to see my abuelos. Mr. Holt, doesn't abuelos mean grandpas? Well, abuelos can mean grandfathers or grandparents, just like padres can mean dads or parents. Now, Spanish speakers love the word the. In English we say it's 4 o'clock. In Spanish they say they are the 4. In English we say I study math. In Spanish you say I study the math. In English you say my grandparents live in Florida. In Spanish you say my grandparents live in the Florida. So here we go. This has been Spanish 1, Family and Community Exam Prep 21 through 24.